Soccer star Sam Kerr has been having her day in court as she defends one count of racially aggravated harassment. The charge relates to comments she allegedly made to Police Constable Stephen Lovell in January 2023 after an altercation with a taxi driver in which Kerr and her partner, Christy Mewis, believed they were being abducted after a dispute about the fare. Now, this dispute was over a clean-up fee after Kerr threw up while leaning out the window. We've all been there. Well, maybe that's just me. The taxi driver was actually driving them to the Twickenham police station after the window was allegedly broken. This is the Bodycam footage shown in court this week.
Did you stay on the phone long enough to even speak to someone? That's the thing.
On us.
Okay, but they wouldn't do that though.
Oh my God.
They wouldn't do that. You should have spoken to the...
You guys are fucking stupid and white. Honestly, you guys are fucking stupid and white.
Okay.
I'm looking you in the eyes.
Why are you
I'm looking you in the eyes. Like that's fucking stupid. I'm fucking over this shit. This is the world fucking problem. Wait on the call. Wait on the call. Wait on the fucking call.
All right. I'll go over at the moment then at 3:17. You're under arrest for criminal damage because there's an allegation that you've smashed that taxi window. You're also under arrest for racially aggravated public order for the comments that you've said. So the reason that's fine.
Well, during court proceedings this week, the police officer denied making up the impact those words had on him in order to secure a criminal charge. PC Lovell's first statement made no mention of how Kerr calling him stupid and white made him feel. The Crown Prosecution Service declined to charge Kerr until a second statement was received from the officer detailing how he felt after being called stupid and white. That was 11 months after the alleged incident. Kerr has been on the stand this week and told the court she called a police officer stupid and white because she felt she was being treated differently because of her skin colour by a person in a position of power, but said she didn't mean to harass him. Give me strength. As far as I can see, she wasn't being treated differently because of her skin colour. She was being treated that way because she was drunk and abusive. You know, it's not always about skin colour. Have a look at this other clip played to the court and see if you can pick the person who thinks they've got all the power in this dynamic.
Listen to the recording because I've got all the people in the world. Okay, and what's your name? File a police report. I've got fucking Chelsea going on it because that is don't go. I will have the best lawyers. Don't worry. Because I would never fucking say no to pain.
Well,
listen to the recording. Listen to the recording. No, that's because he's a fucking liar. That's he's a fucking liar, and they're listening to some fucking black taxi man, a black cat cab or whatever they're called, white taxi man or whatever they're called, the cab over us two women. That's a fucking lie. I would pay whatever. She like we were when I. That's a lie. Why are you listening to a taxi cab over us two women?
Oh, we're not.
But why? You are.
We're listening to both sides.
No, you're not. I'm gonna fucking call my lawyer. I'm gonna call my lawyer. I'm over this.
I mean, you can call your lawyer if you like to, but I mean, I think it's a little bit irrelevant, right?
No, I'm calling my fucking lawyer because this is a fucking racial fucking thing.
It is not
because you are not letting me go because you're believing that guy out the front over £50.
Right, you need to calm yourself down on this, didn't you?
£60, £100, we don't give a fuck. But you know what? You guys are stupid.
Oh my God, you guys should.
You believe him over two women.
Right.
You guys should see what he was doing.
Can you listen?
Come and pay for what the he did?
I've listened to you a lot because I had no choice to because you're a very loud person.
You're literally a white privileged man.
Okay, but you don't need to be racist towards me, do you?
No, you're literally because we asked him to stop.
We said please stop.
We said please stop 5 or 6 times.
A million times.
Can we talk to a major
person?
We want to talk to someone major because we're done. You're like irrelevant.
Okay, and so are you.
I'm understanding what you're saying.
I'm not paying for some dodgy window.
God, that makes me angry. I get it. She's drunk. She's tired and she's standing her ground because she believes she's right. We've all been there. But to me, she lost the argument as soon as she turned this into a race issue. It's not always about race. First of all, You're believing the man. It's men against women. It's white against black. You know, like, that's a go-to for so many people the moment things don't go their way. Plenty of things don't go my way. And obviously I can't use I'm white, you're all attacking me. But it's just not the case. Sometimes race plays no part of it. If you're really being racially vilified, that's an issue. And things should be done about it. But in this case, you're drunk, you've allegedly smashed a window, and you don't want to pay for it. Despite the fact money's not a problem, you did throw up, you didn't want to pay a fee, you know, and why are they listening to you, to the taxi driver and not you? Because you're the one making a scene. Now, whatever happens regarding the outcome of this trial, one thing is for sure. Aussies don't like sporting stars to face consequences for their actions. In fact, the Batuta Advocate posted an article with the headline, Twickenham Police Station alleged to have played host to Britain's biggest storm in a teacup. Now, it's a humorous headline. That's what that website does. But it sums it up. How dare you arrest Sam Kerr because she's our sporting star? So if you're having a go at her, you're just blowing things out of proportion. If a sporting star has done something wrong, well, they shouldn't actually be held accountable, should they? It reminds me of the ball tampering saga back in 2018. You might remember former Australian cricket captain Steve Smith apologised for his role in the scandal against South Africa in Cape Town. Aussies were incensed when their hero was suspended despite him admitting to being a cheat. And then they found a villain to turn on when intern Pete from the Carl and Jackie O show tried to add some comedy to the press conference.
Steve, I'm going to take a different tack on this. My name's intern Pete from the Carl and Jackie O show here, mate. I want to let you know from the perspective from non-sports community and Australians, to see you upset tonight is very sad. We asked our listeners, as I said, we're not a sports show. We asked our listeners what we thought about this, and we have we opened it up to them. And mate, I've got to tell you, hold your head high for a little bit for what you have done, because what's actually been worse is what Davina and Dean did on Married at First Sight.
Thank you. Next question. Excuse me. Thank you. Next question.
Oh, how they turned. Look at this tease for a story on the Daily Telegraph. It claimed idiot hijacked Steve Smith's apology. Now, the actual headline was a bit softer. The article did include tweets, as they were at the time. They were tweets, not X's and posts, from notable journalists. Rebecca Madden, that person, who I will not call a journalist, should be banned from ever going to a press conference again. I think it was from the Carl and Jackie O show. Whoever you are, you're an idiot. This from Kurt Fernley. And another high watermark for the Carl and Jackie O show. Fella is breaking down in front of the country and you throw a tool in. Michael Rowland from ABC News Breakfast host had this to say, and hang your heads in shame, the Carl and Jackie O show. That was a truly disgraceful stunt. Now, I wrote an opinion piece for news.com.au at the time defending intern Pete against the vile backlash he was receiving. I'd like to read out some of what I wrote back in 2018 because I think it's still valid. A self-confessed cheat holds a press conference. The PR spin is in full flight. There are tears, remorse, and a plea for forgiveness. Cricket is our national sport, and while many were quick to condemn Steve Smith's part in the ball tampering saga, as a nation, we are also desperately ready to forgive. And anyone who gets in the way of the narrative be damned. We now have a villain, someone who dared to interrupt our make-up sex with cricket. Intern Pete has now become the target of hate, the kind of hate that only social media can generate. It's true. We Aussies love to blame everyone but the person we like who has done wrong. That's if they're a sports star, celebrity, or a politician. Yes, even politicians will look to blame anyone else. You don't believe me about politicians, do you? Do you remember when former New South Wales Premier Gladys Berejiklian resigned because of an ICAC investigation in which she was found to have engaged in corrupt conduct? Voters and the media were furious. People in Sydney still say Gladys should never have left. And just this past week, voters were upset that Transport Minister Joe Halen resigned amid a ministerial driver controversy. Have a listen to these Vox Pops on 7 News.
She will remain the member for Summer Hill. Locals split over the drama.
I think that's a bit of a disgrace.
Sometimes mistakes are made and people are human, and it's not something to quit over.
I'm very sad. She's an extremely hard-working local member.
See, If we like the person, then we'll live with their transgressions. We have to accept that people we look up to are human. They make mistakes. And just like us, they have to be held to account if they do the wrong thing. As much as we like winning, and boy, do we like winning in this country, we have to accept the consequences when famous people do bad things, even if that means losing the next match.